Okay, so this weekend I was watching The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I was thinking about how the characters turn into adults after they spend some time in Narnia, but then when they leave, they go back to kids. And so, by that logic, don't they go through puberty twice? So this week, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be reading 2 books at the same time, try and play a little bit of catch up because I wasn't able to read a book last week. So, first book you guys saw me get was Tina Fey's Bossy Pants. Looking forward to this. Doing this one sort of as a book club with someone I've been talking to recently. I know she's watching, so this one's for you. Then the second book I'm going to be reading is Michael Hyatt's Platform, Get Noticed in a Noisy World. So I get the celebrity biography good stuff, and I get the social media, marketing, entrepreneurship good stuff too. So I'm excited for each of them. So expect a double review next Monday. I don't know if you guys really like these reviews. Do you like book reviews? Comment below, let me know. Just got out of the Fate of the Furious, the latest in the franchise of the Fast and the Furious. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it was as emotional as Fast 7 was, but it was still pretty good. I enjoyed it. I think the best thing to do now is to put it in the context of the rest of the franchise and where it stands among the rest of them. So we're going to do that real quick. So when it comes to the Fast and the Furious franchise, there's a lot of debate as to where Fast 8 sort of ranks among the rest of the series. And so I thought it would be best if I showed you guys a graph here. So here is ranking the franchise unofficial. Keep in mind, this is my own opinion. I don't try and say this is official by any means, hence unofficial. But this is just sort of what I think based on my own observations, etc. And this is the scale that I used. Red stands for outlandishness or realisticness. 10 being the most realistic, and 1 being the least realistic. And then green stands for overall quality of the film. So 10 being an awesome film, and 1 being a subpar, not good movie at all. As the movies go along chronologically in terms of release date, the quality of the film spikes up, but the outlandishness, or how realistic it actually is, decreases over time. So you can clearly see when Fast 5 was released, when they introduced Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to the cast, is when the quality of the films increased, and while profits increased and the franchise as a whole just became better, the realisticness or how likely this would actually happen decreased. And while this you think may turn off a lot of people from watching this film, might turn people off from the franchise, it's clear that the opposite occurred. So it's just really interesting to see what was it about Fast 5 that made it such an awesome movie. Now, I want to make sure that this is correct. I'm reading a tweet here, and it says that Fast 8, or Fate of the Furious, the most recent in the series, received $583 million in its opening weekend, which is a global box office record. Which is really interesting because itself isn't necessarily pandering to any specific audience, but it's not like focusing on China like you see so many other action movies do, where it panders to that specific audience. It just does well globally. And I think it comes from the fact that it is a very, honest and authentic and virtuous franchise. This is an honest, virtuous franchise film. It's not trying to pretend to be something that it's not. It owns the fact that it is action-packed and, appeals to the more primal senses within us in terms of, sex and action and adventure and all that stuff. It doesn't try and do anything else, but that's why it is so good. It doesn't try and make things more complicated than they have to be. And granted, sometimes the plot gets a little funky, but you don't really care about the plot. If you wanted a good plot, you wouldn't be watching the Fast and the Furious franchise. I'm excited to see what happens next here and sort of what the success of these movies means for others in the genre or other movies in general. when studios are looking to pitch summer blockbusters, they look at the Fast and the Furious and say, you know, this franchise has broken records. This franchise has done really well. What are they doing to set up for success? And many people sort of write off this franchise like, oh, it's just another action junkie film, but numbers speak, right? When movies like this break records and do extremely well, and it sends a message to studios, and it should send a message to like critics too, and aspiring directors being like, hey, like, this is what's hot now, do what this is doing. I don't know, that's all I got to say about it. I hope you guys sort of enjoyed my spiel. Yeah, Fast and Furious, Fate of the Furious is awesome. Go check it out soon. I loved it. But that's going to do it for today's vlog, guys. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @JEKleckner. Comment question of the day: what is your favorite Easter, Passover, holiday candy? We've been eating a lot of jelly beans here, but I'm looking for some fresh ideas. Yeah, that's it. Talk to you guys on Thursday.